You paste an ID, a long number, or a product code into Excel, and it instantly turns into something like 1.23e plus 15. That's scientific notation, and it's Excel trying to be helpful. The problem is, it can hide digits, change what you think you're storing, and break exports to other systems. If you work with credit card length IDs, tracking numbers, serials, or anything that must stay exact, this is one of the most frustrating Excel behaviors. The good news is, you can stop it in a few reliable ways. But the best fix depends on where the number comes from and what you need to do with it afterward. Sometimes you want it to stay numeric for math. Other times you want it treated as text so nothing changes. In the next few minutes, you'll get a clear set of options. You'll also learn the one mistake that makes this problem come back, even after you format the cells. Next step. First, what's actually happening? Scientific notation is just a display format for very large or very small numbers. Excel switches to it when a number is too long to fit, or when the cell is formatted in a way that prefers compact display. That part is mostly cosmetic. The bigger issue is precision. Excel stores most numbers as floating point values, and it only keeps about 15 significant digits. So if you enter a 16-digit identifier, Excel may quietly round the last digits. Even if you later change the format to show all digits, the original digits might already be gone. That's why people say, I formatted it as number and it still isn't right. Formatting changes how Excel shows a value. It does not always change what Excel stored. So your first decision is simple. Is this value meant for calculation, or is it an identifier that must remain exact? If it's an identifier, you usually want text, not a number. Next step. Let's identify the common cases where this bites you. One is long IDs, invoice numbers, shipment tracking, IMEI, or database keys. Another is codes with leading zeros, like 000123445. Excel drops the zeros because it thinks they're not meaningful. A third is mixed codes that look numeric, like 2024-00157, where you never intend to add or subtract. Another case is CSV files. CSV has no data types, so Excel guesses, and guessing is where trouble starts. Finally, you'll see this with copy-paste from websites or PDFs, where Excel interprets the clipboard content as a number and reformats it immediately. Each case has a slightly different best fix. If you're typing manually, you can prevent conversion at entry. If you're importing, you can control types during import. And if the damage is already done, you may need a recovery approach. But recovery has limits once rounding happened. Next step, the most reliable set-it-and-forget-it fix, is to format the destination cells as text before the data arrives. This matters because Excel decides how to interpret new input at the moment it's entered or pasted. If the cell is already text, Excel stores exactly what you give it, character for character. So the workflow is, select the target column, set the format to text, then paste or import. This also protects leading zeros and prevents scientific notation. The trade-off is that the result is text, so math won't work until you convert it back. For identifiers, that's usually perfect. For values you need to calculate, you'll want a different approach. One more detail. If you only format after pasting, you may already have lost digits. So if you're building a template, pre-format the columns you know will contain IDs. It's a small habit that prevents hours of cleanup later. Next step. If you're entering a single value and you want a quick surgical fix, use a leading apostrophe. You type an apostrophe first, then the digits. Excel treats everything after it as text. It won't show the apostrophe in the cell, but it will store the value as text and keep every digit. This is great for one-off entries, like a single tracking number. It's not great for bulk data, because adding apostrophes to thousands of rows is tedious, and it can confuse downstream users who expect a numeric type. Another quick trick is to add a space before the number, but that can introduce hidden whitespace problems later. The apostrophe is cleaner because it's an explicit "this is text" signal. Just remember the trade-off. Text sorts slightly differently in some cases, and formulas that expect numbers may need value to convert. Next step. Now, what if you already have numbers showing a scientific notation, but the digits are still intact? In many cases, the value is fine. Excel is just displaying it compactly. Then you can fix the display by changing the format. Use number with 0 decimals, or use a custom format like 0 to show the full integer. If you need leading zeros, use a custom format like 0000000 with as many zeros as the fixed length you need. That approach keeps the underlying value numeric, which is useful if you truly need calculations. But be careful, custom formats only change appearance. If the value exceeded Excel's 15-digit precision, the last digits may already be rounded, and no format can bring them back. So this step is best for values under 15 digits, or for values where rounding is acceptable. For identifiers, formatting alone is often the wrong tool. Next step. CSV is where most people lose the battle, because Excel tries to infer types automatically. The safest approach is to import with explicit data types. Instead of double-clicking a CSV, bring it in through an import flow that lets you set the column type to text for IDs. When you do that, Excel stops guessing and preserves the original characters. This also avoids the classic problems: scientific notation, dropped leading zeros, and date conversions. If your CSV is coming from a system you control, another robust option is to output values that must stay exact as quoted text. Many tools can wrap identifier fields in quotes. Excel tends to respect that as text during import. The key idea is simple. With CSV, you either control types during import or you accept Excel's guesses. And Excel's guesses are optimized for convenience, not for data integrity. Next step. Copy-paste deserves its own strategy because it's so common. If you paste into a normal general formatted column, Excel interprets immediately. So you want to control the destination first. Pre-format the destination as text, then paste. If you can't, another option is paste special and choose text, which pastes the clipboard content as text rather than letting Excel interpret it as a number. This is especially useful when pasting from a browser table, where Excel can be aggressive about conversions. Also watch out for smart cleanup steps, like removing commas or spaces after the paste. If you use find and replace or text to columns without thinking, you can accidentally trigger another conversion pass. The safest workflow is set the column to text, paste, and only then do any cleanup operations. That sequence keeps Excel from redeciding what your data should be. Next step. Sometimes you need the best of both worlds. Keep the original identifier safe as text, but also have a numeric version for calculations or matching. A practical pattern is to store the raw value in one column as text, and then create a helper column that converts only when it's safe. For example, if the value is 12 digits and you want to do math, you can use a conversion function to turn it into a number. If it's 16 digits, you keep it as text and avoid pretending it's a safe number. This also helps with lookups. Many mismatches happen because one table stores an ID as text and the other stores it as a number. By standardizing, you avoid silent failures in matching. The general rule is identifiers are labels, not quantities. Excel is great at quantities. For labels, you need to be intentional about text handling. Next step. Let's talk about the common trap I mentioned earlier. People paste data, notice the E+ format, then change the cells to text. That changes the format, but it does not reliably convert the existing values into text as you expect. In some cases, Excel keeps the numeric value internally and you still have rounding. In other cases, it shows the same digits, but the underlying type stays numeric. If you truly need to convert existing numeric values into text without scientific notation, you need a conversion step, not just formatting. A straightforward approach is to create a new column that turns the value into text using a text conversion formula, then copy and paste values back. The important part is that you're generating a text string from the current value. If the value is already rounded, you'll get the rounded digits, not the original. So conversion is not a time machine, it's a way to lock in what you still have. Next step. When you're cleaning up a dataset, you also want quick checks to confirm what you're dealing with. One simple check is length. If an identifier should be 18 characters, any value that suddenly became 15 digits is a red flag. Another check is leading zeros. If you expect them and they're gone, you know Excel treated it as a number. You can also test by trying a numeric operation. If adding 0 changes nothing, it might be text. If it behaves like a number, it's numeric. The goal isn't to become paranoid. It's to validate the columns that are most likely to be misinterpreted: IDs, codes, and anything imported from CSV. Build these checks into your workflow before you send data to a database, upload it to a platform, or share it with a team. Catching it early is much easier than reconciling mismatched IDs later. Next step. If you're building a reusable spreadsheet, templates are your best defense. Decide which columns are identifiers and pre-format them as text. Add clear column headers that hint at the intended type, like customer ID, text, or tracking code. If the file will receive pasted data, consider protecting the sheet structure while still allowing edits in the input area, so formats don't get accidentally changed. Another smart move is to keep a raw import tab where everything is treated as text, and a separate working tab where you convert only what you need for analysis. That separation reduces the chance that a cleanup step breaks the raw data. It also makes troubleshooting easier, because you can always go back to the untouched version. This is the same idea used in data pipelines. Preserve raw, transform downstream. Next step. One more nuance. Sometimes you actually want scientific notation, or at least you want Excel to treat values as numbers. For example, large measurements, financial models, or engineering calculations can benefit from compact display. In those cases, the fix isn't disable scientific notation everywhere. It's to apply the right format to the right columns. Keep quantities numeric and keep identifiers as text. Mixing them is what creates confusion. Also, if you're exporting to other tools, remember that some systems read everything as strings while others enforce numeric types. So your choice in Excel should match the destination. If it's going into a database key column, text is safer. If it's going into a calculation field, numeric is appropriate, but stay under the precision limit for exact integers. Being intentional about type is the real solution. The formatting is just the surface layer. Next step. Let's wrap it into a simple playbook you can reuse. If it's an identifier, treat it as text from the start. Pre-format the column as text, or use an apostrophe for one-offs. For CSV, import and set the column type. Don't rely on Excel's guesses. If you only hate the E+ display and your values are under 15 digits, change the number format or use a custom format. If the data is already converted, remember that formatting alone won't restore lost digits. You may need a conversion column, and if rounding happened, the original value is gone. Build a template with text-formatted ID columns and a raw import area, and this problem mostly disappears. If you want one habit that pays off immediately, it's this. Decide text or number before the data touches the sheet. If this helped, subscribe for more practical Excel fixes, and comment with your case. Are you fighting long IDs or leading zeros? Small tweaks compound into massive performance gains. Subscribe to catch the next workflow optimization.